Alright, we in here checking on our seeds that we've started, our seedlings. We've got some more of our tomatoes right over here. Set this watering cups out of the way. We're checking on our seedlings here. Some of the stuff's coming up, some of it's not doing so well. We're fighting damping off pretty bad. Now I have found something that somewhat works. It don't seem to be a preventative, but when I found it started attacking my plants, and I've lost one seedling here, and it's not totally dead, but it's pretty much gone. There's no root left. You can see stem just shrivels up to nothing. That's damping off if you're not familiar with it. Most of you know what damping off is. It's soil level fungus. Attacks the stem shrivels up, it falls over. Partly because I didn't have this light up here. What I did is I added, this is a 250 watt heating lamp that I've used over my brooder coops. On this side I actually have a grow light bulb in a thing that I put. Now all I had was it on. It don't produce any heat. So what was happening at night, it was getting a little cooler in here, and I don't have heating pads under any stuff. We're doing this kind of homestead style out of whatever we can find. You can see I've got pans of different descriptions and whatever. A lot of this is reused. So what I have come to the conclusion of is I probably should have sterilized these containers. Number two, I probably should have collected all this dirt up and sterilized it. In other words, baked it in the oven, or probably what I would have done is put it in a big wash pot that I have, hung it over a fire out here and got it really hot and put a board or something over the top for a lid and just got it. I think 150, 200 degrees is probably enough. I'm not sure if you can like put some hot water in it, scalding water through it might, but anyway, it needed sterilizing. I had bought brand new soil that was supposedly a potting seed and mix. I don't think it was, and I'm not going to call the company's name because I'm not sure, and I don't want to go to bashing companies or anything like that, because I'm honestly not certain what happened. But I sprayed it with a hydrogen peroxide. I had 1 part hydrogen peroxide and then 3 more parts water, so it was like a 1:4 ratio, however you say that, 1:3, I don't know, but it was 1 part hydrogen peroxide and 3 more parts water. So I sprayed that with this spray bottle right here, right at the surface of those stems that were doing that. It did not spray it. When I did that, you see I still have seedlings here. I've had a fan going on it the whole time, so just to be clear, the fan's not foolproof. Yes, the fan helps, the fan's still blowing. That may be why it didn't spray it everywhere too, but I also added cinnamon. So I'm trying all these home remedies. I will say this, I've not lost everything. Last year when damping off set in, I didn't understand it. I didn't even know what it was last year. When it happened last year and I was top watering the stuff, that's another thing. I've got these trays now, I've got set up where I'm bottom watering. I'm learning a lot this year. But I've at least figured out what I'm battling. I've at least figured out how to solve it. I think I could start now with a seed and be successful. So what I have done to prove that is I started over right here with some cucumbers in here. I've added some more, this is cantaloupe. In here I have started 3 different kinds of watermelons. I've got, and I made these little metal tags. What I did is I cut these out of metal, wrote on there what it is. This is a man that gave these to me, Mr. Calvin Beckton, and Mr. Gunn gave me these seeds. They grew some pretty large, nice watermelons. So I put their name on them. I'm not sure what type they are. This is a yellow meated watermelon in the middle, and this is my rattlesnake watermelons over here on this side. My habanero, I have failed with it miserably. I reseeded it 3 days ago. We're going to wait and see what that happens. Squash, cucumbers, no luck so far. Lettuce, part of it come up over here. When my lettuce came up, damping off took one of them. I restarted them, but I will say this. I put a few seeds of 2 different kinds. I had the Black Seeded Simpson and Iceberg. I'll say this. I took both of those packs of seeds outside, and I may take the camera out here. We'll go through this in a little bit in this video possibly. But I went outside and I scattered those seeds in 2 different rows. They're coming up tremendously. Why they did not come up in this egg carton, I don't know. It has not rained since I put them out there, and I did water them one time. One thing I'm doing here is I'm watering less. I'm not watering every day here. I'm watering very little. As long as I'm not seeing wilt, because I'm fighting damping off is my reason for not watering a whole lot. What watering I am doing, I'm trying to bottom water. This egg carton deal, I'm not set up right. This pan, I can water in there, and I put some newspaper to wick, but it's not really, I didn't set this up to bottom water it. I really set this pan up more as a catch pan if it drained out. So I may have to redo this. It may not work. I had some marigolds and some watermelons in there that hadn't sprouted yet. So I've got one type of watermelon that I'm having trouble getting my seeds to sprout, but I'm not giving up. I'm determined to make this work. Outside I did start some more Brandywine tomato seeds. I went to my local box store. I don't like to really call a lot of store names, but popular store, home improvement type store. They got a garden center. I had to pick up a water hose, a couple different things this afternoon. I went by there and was looking at their seeds because it's gardening time, and I'm just high-speed geared in the garden. I've, fallen in love with it. So I was just looking at the seeds and found they had the Brandywine that I'd ordered that I found nowhere else. Small little section down at the corner. They had these tomatoes. Black Krim, not seen it anywhere. We did not find the flame tomato. My brother-in-law was hunting it and couldn't find it, but I found another. I have to get the seeds out now to see, and then I bought some beets and some other things. But there was another yellow tomato, and I can't remember now what the name was. I'll look in a little bit. We may take this video and go outside and pop 1 or 2 of those in some cups. I think it's late enough in the year. I think we're past bad cold. We got down 30s this past weekend. From what I can tell, this week about Tuesday it's got up into the 60s. Today's Friday. Yesterday and today hit 70s mark. I think we're past consistent cold weather. Yes, we definitely have some cold spells coming. Yes, we definitely have some frost coming. But not to the point that I don't think I've got enough time. I believe I can get some seeds up outside and just pull them back under my shed, maybe cover them with some grocery bags if I know it's going to frost at night or whatever. But I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I think what I'm going to do is take some cups outside and start some seeds out there and just see how they do, because the reason I'm doing it, I'm concerned, I've probably got enough seeds to do what I want to do. I had planted some Better Boys right through this tray. They've yet to sprout. The seed was from 2 years ago, so I don't know, but I started some more. This is my hillbilly potato leaf. I've got 6 of them up. I've got 4 more sprouted. Wait, there's 5 come up right there. So all of them may come on up. Cherokee purples, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them up. My Brandywine over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 left. So the damping off hadn't wiped me out, but it's definitely, I'm battling it. But I think we're on an uphill climb now. But I wanted to share a little what was going on with you. We're doing our seed thing, man. We're excited about garden season, but I'm trying to, cold weather here. We're in Mississippi, so it's not bad cold, but we are getting some 30-something degrees. There was frost a couple like Monday, Tuesday. Monday actually we had rain. Tuesday, Wednesday we had frost. Tuesday was worse than Wednesday. Wednesday wasn't that bad. It was just really light. Thursday today has been warm. I think we got several days warm. We got rain coming in Thursday, so I'm watching the weather. We got rain coming in Sunday, my bad. I'm watching the weather pretty close, so I'm probably fixing to water some of this stuff right here. While I'm here, but you see I'm bottom watering. I'm going to pour this in these trays right here. Like right there, wick that in. That's out. Let me get this other jug of water. Now what I am doing, I may show you this here in a second too with the camera. I've got a barrel outside that I'm catching rainwater. I'm big. The only problem is right now, and this is another concern I have, there's a lot of pollen. We got a lot of pine trees where we're at, and I have pine trees here. In fact, I thinned out about 9 off of a row that was shading a garden spot I've got that I wanted to extend out and do some better planting in. So I got rid of some pine trees, but I still have, we have piles of pine trees. Really all we have right in this particular area that's full grown. I have several oaks and stuff on my property, sweet gums, but still piling off all of that, getting everywhere, getting all in my water barrels. But I'm going and collecting water outside, letting it set, get the room temperature in these milk jugs. I usually keep 1 or 2 of these half-gallon size to water out of and water my plants. So what I'm doing is now I'm pouring this. In fact, I'm going to raise this up, pour it in the bottom of this tray. I'm pouring about a 1/2 inch in there. Let that wick that up. I got a right here with these cantaloupes. Pour a little down in the bottom of that. These here, we're going to bottom water that. Now I will say, so far I've not had any damping off problems in any of my peppers. Now granted, it may hit today and they may all be dead in the morning, but so far damping off hasn't affected any of my peppers. Now these peppers have already been grown from seed one time. In other words, all peppers grow from seed. I'm saying here at on my property. I've saved these seeds and planted plants last year. This year will be the 3rd out of this generation of recycling seed. I hadn't been doing this but about 3 years. I've been growing stuff at home all my life, but I hadn't been saving seed but about 3 years. And I was just getting into it, and I started with pepper seeds. Then I tried to save some butter beans and some rattlesnake pole bean seeds last year. The butter beans I planted last year that I saved seed, none of it come up. So it's kind of a learning curve for me. We're learning what we're doing, but so far we've done all right with everything else. My rattlesnake pole beans, I think, actually came up. I just didn't have enough of the seed that I saved. I saved enough this year to plant them, plus I've got enough stock left over, but I'm going to take these outside and fill them back up. We set these out yesterday, so I'm going to give them 3 to 4 days. Typically, if 75 degrees, it's going to take 10 days for them to germinate. But if I can get this heat right here and keep it up to 80 degrees right at this table or somewhat, I may can get those to germinate. And at 90 degrees, they're supposed to germinate in 3 days. So if I can cut it down to like 4 or 5, I'm happy. But we're fixing to go outside and do some checking on some things outside. This is my water collection here. What it's doing is coming off of this roof up here, dripping down. I'm catching it in this barrel. Basically, I'm just dipping these jugs down in here and filling them up one at a time. I can tell you for a fact that iPhone 7 is waterproof, because I usually keep it right here in my pocket. I leaned over in this barrel and it went to the bottom one day. I got it out, it still works. I know everybody else got an iPhone 10 by now, but as long as mine will work, I'm going to keep the one I got. I don't go be buying a new phone every time one comes out. That's why I was going to be mad if mine quit when it went down there, but hey, stayed working. Alright, what I was going to do was pot up some more stuff right here. I didn't have any bell pepper, so I went and bought some 6-packs of things I didn't have. I bought some California Wonder, and these are doing good. I just bumped them up. I bought these at the local store here in town. One of our private owned stores. It's a co-op. But I'm getting ready. I'm gonna let this grow a few days. It's time to water all of this stuff. I need to fix me a tray where I can be bottom watering it, but I think it's past fighting damping off. I had to get me some This is a cucumber that I like. Now this is a hybrid, I think. It don't say hybrid. This is an Orient Express. I like this cucumber. It's a long, skinny cucumber. But these plants, you see, they look, I don't know what happened to them. They was like this when I got them. I don't know if they sprayed something at the store on there and it got on the leaves, but since I've had it, it started putting on some new leaves. I'm thinking about bumping these up today to a newer 6-pack. I didn't have any banana pepper, so I bought 4 of these. But this is what my bell pepper come in. I bought this California Wonder, and I bumped all of them up, most of these 4 inches. The other was a little bigger cup that I showed you. But anyway, I did that. Now those that you seen inside that I started, I brought them and bumped them up. Now this little guy right here looks like he's wanting to lay over, so I'm not sure what's going on with him. Still got some cinnamon on there. I put some cinnamon on them to help fight damping off. But you can see they look like they're doing okay. I just did this yesterday. I bumped these up. I pulled them out from where I started them at Seedlings. And today's the first day that I left them outside on this glass table that I have, because I fixed this glass table up. If you'll notice, this is a white transparent metal. It's actually a skylight, and there's some scrap pieces that I found, and I put it around the sides so it can let some warmth in. But I can use under here as like a little mini greenhouse. You see, I've got some plants that I've started. They haven't sprouted yet. Different things I can sit in there. If I want to keep them at night, I'll usually slide them back up under here. But none of this stuff right here is coming up yet. I don't know. It's taking a little longer, but it's been cool a couple of nights out here. So I'm not expecting a whole lot. But I was going to show you the seeds that I got today. I got me some radishes, some beets. I'm just going to sow these directly into my gardening spot that I want to grow them. I found a giant tomato. I don't know if any of you is familiar with this. I've never planted it. Where I'm at, it says March to May. We're in around, I think I'm in zone 7. But anyway, I found a Black Krim. I've never grown this. Heard about it. If you watch, listen to any podcast or watch Joe Gardner, I've heard them mention it. This is an Heirloom Seeds company. I don't know, Ferry Morris is one of their lines. Big Rainbow. I'm excited. I want to try this. I don't want a whole bunch of them, but being that I'm fighting damping off, I'm going to probably fix a spot right up here that I've got a bed. It was a raised bed, and I had put some sweet gum logs around it. They've eventually rotted. It's probably been, that bed's been there 10 years, but I add all of my, when I clean out my barbecue grill, those ashes go in it. We have chickens. When we clean out, I took a whole wheelbarrow load of chicken manure up there and tilled it in there. So it's a good, I do really well with it. I've got some onions growing up there right now that are doing really good. Now the onion itself has not grown, but I probably hadn't worked it like I should. But what I'm fixing to do is I'm fixing to pot up a couple of these tomatoes. I just want to, I want to grow a couple of plants of each of these 3 varieties. Yeah, I already got more tomatoes than I know what to do with, probably. But I was going to show you a little of my process, the way I'm going to do this. I've got a Tupperware tub here that I save about everything in, as far as planting cups. But I'm going to put these in some of my larger cups. I've got a pot here. I need 3. 1, 2. See if we can locate one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. We're in good shape. Get some dirt that I have here. I'm not going to mention any names that I thought, but it's probably not sterile dirt, but anyway, I'll let you look. It's organic peat. It's supposed to be pretty good. I like it for everything else except that I'm fighting damping off. May not be the soil company's fault. I'm not blaming them for it. I'll just deal with it. I want to learn. I really want to be able to go out here and dig my own soil up, my own compost, and sterilize it and use it anyway. So I'm not going to worry about what is and what ain't. I got me a nice cowboy coffee cup that I've been dipping my dirt with. But these, I'm not going to bottom water and worry about all that. Not yet. I may eventually. But I'm going to just put some dirt in here, and we're going to throw some seeds in here, and we're going to let them be at the mercy of the good Lord and see what happens. I'm only going to put 4 seeds in each one of these cups. That way we can, I want to see if they do better. It's a little later in the year, so I think now I'm to the place that I'm really behind as far as seed starting. But I like growing from seed. I think I wind up with healthier plants growing from seeds. So, you know, once they acclimated to my climate, we'll see how it does. And I don't know, these 3 varieties, may not any of them do well here. But I like my glass table, y'all. This is a tempered glass. I don't know what this glass came out of. I found it on a construction site I was on. So I just got all excited and happy and put it in the truck and brought it to the house. It was in the junk. I found a beautiful birdhouse up here the other day at a house I was working at. I looked out and they had a pile of foam boards and some different jump pieces of rebar stuff just pushed up in the pile. They took a tractor bucket, pushed it all up in the pile out there, and I seen this birdhouse out there. I'm like, what? Chicken is getting excited about something. I said, what in the world is this out here? And I went and looked. I mean, this is a perfect bird feeder. The only thing was wrong was they had mounted a piece of rebar to the bottom of the post so that they could just shove it into the ground. It was more ornamental, I think, probably than usable birdhouse, but it did have straw where birds had been in it. So, me being the guy I am, I said, hey, take that home with me and don't leave it in the junk. All right. See if I can find my Sharpie. What I did with these tags now, so you'll know, this is a piece of tin. I cut me, it's painted metal on one side. I do metal roofing, so that's why I'm metal everything. But I cut this out in my tin snips, made me a perfect little tag. I'll write what it is on here. I got my 3 of them. We're gonna write giant on the big tag. Alright, we're gonna put the giant one in that cup. We've got Black Krim. Somebody must have laid an egg or something out there. Alright, and then we're going to call Big Rainbow. Anyway, they excited. Alright. We're going to open the Big Rainbow. Country boy style. Pocket knife. I don't know what to think about men that don't take a pocket knife. Just a word of wisdom. If you can't have a pocket knife there, I don't need to be there. People say, oh, nobody's got no business toting a knife all around. Well, this knife is not a weapon to me. A weapon, this is a tool. That gets me out of a lot of binds. I can open all kind of stuff. I clean my fingernails out. Don't dig your nose with it, man. I keep mine pretty sharp. Alright, we're gonna put 4 seeds, I'm gonna say, in each one of these. Well, that's what I'm gonna attempt to do. You wanna watch this? Let's get over here where you can see what I'm doing. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Be alright. Alright, I'm gonna take the knife blade, I'm gonna push them down like 1/4 of an inch. All right. Set that one there. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I always take these packs and I fold this top over good one time, and then I go again. Usually I put a little piece of tape on there, but if I crease it real good, it'll just about stay like that and I won't lose any seeds. I'll slip them back in this pack as I get through with them. This Black Krim I'm excited about. This is my first year growing Cherokee Purple in there as well. I've always grown hybrid Better Boys bought plants, and I have grown from seed a time or two. But it was seed that I just picked up and bought, and it was usually Better Boys or Early Girls. They work well here in Mississippi. But I've got some of them, and if push comes to shove, I may go to the co-op and buy some plants. But I really wanted to grow from these seeds and try some new varieties. I guess it's the curiosity in me. I like to experiment. Don't have to eat the same old thing all the time, but I'll probably wind up confusing before it's over with this Black Krim from the Cherokee Purples, but I'm just going to do these over here if y'all don't mind. I didn't think you would. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five, 6. Spread them out a little bit. What I'll do is, what of it make it, if any of it makes it, some of it may not, none of it make it. I'll spread these out, separate them once they get, like I did this. Once they all start coming up and doing their thing. But now y'all, I'm not going to take these in there and put these under lights or nothing. They're going to be at the mercy of the world right here. Because in fact, last night I had started some more brandy wine in this cupcake tray. It's got its own little dome. When I look in there and I see them germinating, and I poke me a little hole or two in there, when I look in here and see them germinating, I'm going to open that up, take that top off, and just leave it. They're going to be hardened off. Those that are inside, now I'll have to harden them off. In other words, and I've done brought everything outside a time or two for like 30 minutes when I was at home. But now by the time I get home from work, the sun's already down. You can see today I don't even know what time it is at the moment. I laid my phone in yonder. I had to tote a pocket watch, which is a phone. I don't wear a wristwatch no more. But it's usually the sun's behind these trees, so I don't have a lot of sunlight right here. And I could leave them out a little longer without the sun bearing down on them, but I can't leave them out to get any real good sunlight except on Saturdays. And I get so busy it worries me, because if you leave them out after they've been in the house more than 30 minutes at a time, you could burn those little babies up. And I don't want to do that. I get busy and forget. Can't keep up with what I'm doing. Now I got it in there. Alright. I hear my martins out here flying around. You know, them things hadn't took to my new gourds yet. I guess we already got too many. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. we got 3 of them started. That's just kind of my little process of starting some plants. That's the country boy way right there. Redneck style. We just throw them in the dirt and let the good Lord do what he do. I might say a prayer for him tonight. Well, we're gonna close this stuff up. I've got some antiques to fool with and that I brought in today. Lady gave me an old table in here. I think it's missing one of the leaves out of it. It's a library table, small table, neat little thing. I gotta go check on it. Other odd and end things to do. But we'll see y'all later. I may take y'all up here and show y'all my lettuce that's coming up. That's my birdhouse I found out in the junk. Anyway, this is my little small gardening spot. That's my little puppy that we rescued. This garden hose is garbage. I had to go buy a new one because it broke. Right here I tried to start some garlic. You can see there's some garlic coming up. That's some onions I planted down through there. Let me go down here and show you. These big ones have been here a while. If you'll notice, right in the middle, you see 1, 2 center screen. There's actually 2 or 3 more up through there, and then those 2, I've got 3 in the middle between them. This is something I just picked up at Walmart in a bag, and I planted there. You see there's a row, but they're doing okay. I planted some zinnias up here. What I'm really excited about is I come over here and I scattered lettuce. Okay. Look right here at the end of my foot. You see them little bitty fellas? There's lettuce coming up. I made a row kind of right here. And you can see them coming up. And all I did now was come out here and just scatter this seed down through here. You see there's some more coming up right over here. And there's a good little patch of them right there coming up. Well, that's what I'm excited about. I planted some zinnias over here. I haven't seen any luck out of them, but I don't know exactly how long it takes for zinnias to come up. My mom always plants some in hers. I don't see any. I'm gonna give y'all a quick scan around my place here. My wife's pottery shed. If you ever hear of Southern Mud Pottery, that's my wife. She does that.